repeat trades.
Real trades, real talk.
And I think this is ultimately what will make me a successful trader. So there's no charts in this video. This is just going to be, talking about my plan and talking about my process. So every day I will open this Excel, a fresh version of it, and I'm going to go through all this stuff before I trade just to get in the right mindset to trade, because trading is simple, right? It's simple, but simple does not mean easy, Losing weight is, you just have to eat less calories than you burn, but that's hard to do. Trading is like that, and in the sense that once you have a plan, it's simple, but following a simple plan is hard. And my new plan, it's aimed at being extremely simple. It's handful of bullet points, handful of key points. This part down here is really not even that important. This is the most important part here, really, outside the prior day range. And the important part about being inside the prior day range is basically you don't want to trade. Say, don't trade till you break and retest. Or, yeah. In fact, I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it like that. Like, I will not trade unless I'm outside the prior day range, and unless I have a 5-minute directional EMA on my side. And then if I'm inside the prior day range, well, I can trade that as long as I'm trading with the higher time frames, and as long as it's not inside shop. Yeah, if you notice, a lot of this plan now is just about identifying it and avoiding chop. It says, no trading chop. If a gap has yet to be closed, if you see chop, set alerts, close your software. You're done till you get a break, then retest to the range zone. So just don't trade inside chop. And if you're going to trade inside chop, don't go for a big don't go for a big trade. Go for a little trade, like 1R. Because chop, sometimes it can be part of a higher time frame setup, but typically you just don't want to mess with chop at all. And the thing is, my brain, will constantly try to convince me to trade inside chop, but I have to be better at identifying it. I didn't identify the chop this morning before I started trading, and I tried trading in it, and by that time I was too late. You have to identify the chop early. That's very important. To do that, you have to look left. Chop often continues from prior days. You can identify by looking for candles against the trend, big candles, look for intertwining EMAs, look for multiple direction changes, look for barcoding, and I'll say, just look left. Just make sure you look left. I'll add that in. That's a good one. Inside the prior day range, I already talked about this. Just be careful. How am I going to actually follow this, though? So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to do something physical to get me in the zone mentally. Like, so often I'll just wake up and roll out of bed, and I won't really get my mind right for trading. So this way, doing something physical like a shower, a cold face plunge, some yoga or some stretching, some box breaths, some a mindful breathing exercise where I just like don't let any thoughts, or I don't think about any thoughts. I just listen to my breath, and a thought comes into my head, and I just observe it and let it go. Um, I have these two quotes here um, from Tom Dante, and Jack Schwager. Both of these are about overtrading. Trade is the Ubermensch version of of yourself. The Ubermensch is a concept from Nietzsche, a 19th century philosopher, and the Ubermensch is basically just like the idealized, like best version of yourself, like the highest minded, like most capable, most competent. I'm like just kind of getting into Nietzsche now, like just reading it, so I'm not super familiar, but it's basically like you're born as just like a man, and like you have to like reach. It's kind of like that self-actualization concept from psychology too, but um, yeah. And I don't even really necessarily agree with Nietzsche's concept that much. Like, you know, uh, I like the Carl Jung philosophy more, but this is a trading video. This isn't a philosophy video. Um, so I'm gonna shut up and move on. This is I have those reminders here. Follow your system. Trading is waiting. Trade is the Ubermensch version of yourself. By the way, the purpose of that is just like get into a zone where I'm like, what would like the best version of myself do here? The best version of myself that knows what's right. Not this version of me that just wants to feel excitement and feel stimulated and just press the button. But what would the version of me, like the best version of me, do? Would he wait here? Would he pass on this trade? Yeah, most of trading is waiting. So every time I take a trade, I'm going to answer these questions. Are we inside or outside of the prior day range? Are we um, are we 5 minute EMAs? Where are they going? Are they going up or down? Um, the are we? Am I gonna go long? Did we get a signal bar or a confirmation break? No. Yes or no? Long, short, or sit out, what and why. Most traders enter without having a good what and why. So this whole bit is just aimed at getting me to think. But the main thing is this plan is like if we're inside the prior day range, you can take trades if it's supported by the 5 minute and the 1 hour directional EMAs. But if it chops inside the inside range, stop. Um, yeah, that's what this bullet is about here. So you can trade with both, but just because it has both doesn't mean it's a good day to trade. Good day to trade. Has it chopped? Um, chop tricks you into thinking a breakout is happening, but it usually doesn't. If chop present, set alerts. Chop is a black hole. Don't take till you have uh, a break and then a retest. I guess I said I wouldn't be showing charts, but I can just show real briefly. Like today was not a good day for trading. Um, we had the directional EMAs at one point, but it didn't really do too much. Open up, come on. I decided I am gonna stop being an engineer and I'm gonna go to law school. So that's exciting. That's a personal thing about me that is exciting. Um, why won't this open, man? Come on. And why is that? Because you can't get really laid off as an engineer. Like I got affected by mass layoffs 9 months into my first job, and like I just want to, as an attorney, that's less likely to happen, and I can be like a better kind of like provider for my family and stuff like that. Um, when I do have a family, that is, that's a long ways away, but I'm thinking about it now. Getting married, or I got engaged a couple months ago, so it's a big deal. Okay, yeah. So see, like, look, we had this is inside the. Uh, I mean, this was a good trade here from 53 up to this gap close. That's a 13-point trade, but you know, it is inside the chop, right? But it bounced off this level a couple times. It's all about the context, right? It's all about the context and looking left. And it's like, okay, we look left here. Let's back it up, back it up. We'll look left here. Okay, look at the EMAs are about to cross over. So we're about to get the 5 minute. We're about to start being allowed to go long. Uh, it's bounced up and come up here once. Why wouldn't it do it again? These are trending upwards. It makes sense that it would go up. Oh, it consolidates. Okay, we're getting the cross. Boom, get long. And you just stop below here. Booyah. 54, 6 points. And it keeps grinding up. Another 2 points. But then we come back down. And, when do you take your long, right? Because you're inside the range. So it's like, you really shouldn't take the long inside the range unless you get a break and retest. Because, like, that looks like a good long, but it would come back and stop you out. And then that kind of looks like a good long, except it's a pretty big bar. And yeah, I guess that would have worked. That would have worked. But I don't know. It's just like inside these choppy ranges, it's bad. Okay, it's bad. Even with the directional EMAs, it's still bad. I mean, yeah, you could have taken a long off bar 57. I think I did take a bar off bar 57 and it worked. I longed up to this area and, I made 4 points. Solid. 3 points. I think it was 3 points. But, yeah, guys, it's like, this goes back to what I started this video with. Trading is waiting. It's all about waiting. It's about not trading when it's not good to trade. Okay? And most of the time, it's not good to trade. And the only way I'll be successful is if I can sit out. Okay? Is if I get my average trades per day down to 1 or 2 or 0 or 3. That does it though. Like, this video doesn't have to be any longer. I talked about my plan. This is my plan. I don't like to share it often just because it's like, a plan is private. It took me years to get to, years to get to this point of having this plan, but I want to be transparent, and it's not like I have a bunch of people watching my videos, so it's all good. It's kind of like a secret, a public secret. And say I'm profitable one day and this channel gets big, say I get profitable and a lot of viewers start coming in. Well, only people who would have seen the plan are the people who were here from the beginning or the people that go back and watch. So I'm still going to be like transparent. I want to help people, and I'll like review their plans and stuff. But like, yeah, I guess at this point in my journey, I have no problem sharing this. But yeah, a lot of it's about chop and avoiding chop. The actual part of the plan is like here and here, and it's just trade with the directional 5 EMAs. It's super simple. It doesn't mean it's easy. Yeah, trading is simple. Trading is waiting. That'll do it for me. Thank you for watching. I know this is a bit eclectic, but I feel like this is what I have to do to uh, you know, this is what I have to do. Um, yeah, just editing this up. This is what I'm gonna go through every morning, you know. So opening inside or outside the prior day range. That's important, you know. And it can't open up at the edge of the prior day range. That's important to notice too. That's what I'm thinking about, but um, that doesn't matter. Um, consolidated, expanded. Hey, I'm making a video. I'll be out in a sec. What has the market done recently? Consolidated, expanded. Um, mm, uh, uh, yeah. Um, I'll make this red so I can think about it, you know. That won't hurt. That won't hurt. That'll be a good. That'll be a good one. Why won't this fucking open? There we go. Yeah, this will be good because I'll just like actually like write down my initial thoughts. Like, um, ooh, also, you know what else I can do is, are we opening in, yeah, in any of yesterday's chop? Because basically, like the way I see it is, this is the last thing I'll say. Inside the prior day range, and I just want to make sure I can like, because I remember it now, but like, will I be able to remember it? Like, is this plan clear enough? What I'm thinking is like, for inside the prior day range, I'm cool with trying the first attempt. Like if this consolidated and moved, like okay, like yesterday, we consolidated and then we had a breakup. Okay, so yes, it was inside the prior day range, but like we tried for that continuation. Okay, and we could have got that down here on bar 19 too. Actually, we could have longed bar 19. We longed bar 11. Like this is okay because it hasn't like really. I mean, I guess off bar 19, yeah. But like it hasn't before this point, it hasn't like chopped around like a lot. Like it could just be continuing the trend. Okay, right? Like it's just could be like a flag. Okay? What's different though about today's is it like it had already come after all this trend and it like pushes down and then we push up and then we push down and then we start pushing up again and it's just like it's so choppy. It's so choppy, right? Um, and this is just like it's just a really bad time to trade. Okay, it's not we're not allowed to trade in here. Okay, we're not allowed to trade in here inside this chop unless we opened up here above the EMAs and then we just like consolidated and then broke up. That's what would make trading inside this okay because it's like hasn't like the long we're only allowed to be long right because of we only want to be long right because we're in an uptrend for the most part. There's good times to take shorts if tomorrow if we like gapped down here that could be a good gap and go to the downside. It could also be a good gap and close to the upside. Okay, just depends. Like if we're below the prior day range, I'm gonna probably take shorts, but we could take a short and fail at that short and oops reversal. We're going to the long side, right? That could happen. But it just kind of depends. Like we can never go against the EMAs unless we get a very, very large gap. Okay? Then we're allowed to go for a mean reversion, but generally we want to play always with the 5 minute. Okay, I do talk about that down here. Okay, this is the only time I'm allowed to go against. But yeah, that does it for me. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I just gotta stay out, man. I just gotta stay out. That's it. I gotta stay out. Okay, if I can stay out, I'll win. I'll make it in this. I'll last. I'll survive. I won't lose money. I'll make money. I'll be a profitable trader. All my dreams about trading will come true. But I just have to stay out. I have to wait for the best setups. It's just like that Tom Dante quote right here. Finding and taking excellent trades is not the hard part. The hard part is trying not to do anything stupid between them. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Peace.